Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the Orion rankings. They just came out. They do 150 people. We're going to be mainly looking at the top 50, but we'll take a look at honorable mentions quick, and then we'll just kind of skim through the other 100 because, while I'm not saying it's not important, it's just like the top of the top is at the 50, and I want to mainly focus on that because like 150 people is just a lot to go through. But in the honorable mentions, you have Isam, Etsuji, Masa, Quid, Stocktaker, Wrath, Ye, and Zachary. I know for a fact that Quid, Ye, Wrath, Isam, Zachary are on honorable mentions because they did not travel like at all, and I assume it's the same for Stocktaker, Masa, and Etsuji. But like Isam has like 3 tournaments, Quid has like 2, Zachary has like 1 or 2. Yeah, I'm not sure. Wrath has like 1 or 2. I assume it's the same for Stocktaker, Etsuji, and Masa. So all of these are amazing players. They just didn't travel as much, so they're not on the list. Getting into the 150s, we have Choco Taco. He's going to be rounding it out. Good for him. With Lucas as well. It's actually really hard. Andres, I think Andres was like really high in the last one. Dropped a lot. Unfortunate. T3 Dom, Bonk, ZD, Lemon, Monty. There's a lot of amazing players on here. Abadongo, MPG, H4DS. Jen, is H4 the highest Pikachu? He might be, actually. Lancelot, Sigma. Oh, try about that. Zaki, Varun, Luigi, Sinji, Yara. I'm just like, if I don't say it, I'm just kind of skimming through Axiom. So obviously a ton of good players right there. But let's get into the top 100 right now. Like I said, we're not going to be going through this as thoroughly. The main 50 is where we're going to be looking at, but I still think there's a lot of people on here that are amazing. And a lot of them that are actually like lower than I would have expected. Like Leon. I have Leon top 50 in my mind, but he hasn't been doing as well. That's why it's down here. Karama's really good. Leon is really good, both of them. Man's really good. Kome, I'm actually surprised Kome's not top 50. But I have this pulled up as well. How much did Kome decrease? Because I thought Kome was like fairly high last time, 42. So he was like top 20-ish last time. So that's a pretty big demotion. Same for Elegant. Elegant was doing really, really well the last Orion ranking came out. Unfortunately, hasn't been doing as well this time. And he's actually lower than Waka, which is like good for Waka, honestly, because he's very, very good. I see he's new. Absolutely cracked player out of Mexico. Higher than Elegant is actually, that's insane. That's like the first time that's ever happened. Like Luigi is better than Elegant in like a while. So shout out to him for doing that. That's going to be interesting to see if Elegant can get that back. He probably can because he's amazing, but like obviously Waka's cracked as well to have taken it in the first place. Icon as well. I'm surprised Icon isn't higher. I guess he only really has 2 pretty good runs. Actually, maybe because I think he got 9th at Glitch, and then he obviously didn't get 9th at Genesis as well. Here, I'll pull up PG stats. I'm gonna need it anyway because you know we're gonna be looking at people. But he doesn't have a ton of results, but his results are very high with like a ton of wins. All right, let's see. So he has 9th at Combo Breaker, 9th at Genesis, 49th at Low Tide, but I don't really care about that. We only care about the highs for this specifically, and 17th at Combo Breaker. Okay, so yeah, just 9th at Genesis and 9th at Combo Breaker. But God, that Genesis run was crazy. Alright. Let us move on. Anyone else here? Onin, shoutouts to him. Alan Dis, shoutouts to him. Space, shoutouts to him. Andric, Riziasu, look at that. So many characters. God, Riziasu is literally a phenomenon. I don't understand how he plays that many characters. Aaron is also fairly low. But that makes sense. He had some underperforming tournaments, but he also is starting to definitely pick it up again. So that'll be hype. I imagine we'll see him in top 50 next time. But this is where it gets juicy. So it's going to start with, what's it called? Bloom Forever. He's going to round up top 50. Absolutely deserved. I think he's definitely a top 50 player. He's nuts. He kind of farms over there in Britain. Or I guess UK. I don't know exactly the reason because I'm stupid, don't know flags. I'm pretty sure that's right. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. I failed geometry. I failed geography in school. You can tell how much I failed it. Shattuck also being there. I think that's fine. Apollo Kage and Dio holding hands. That's nice. Anathema. Wadi. I'm surprised Wadi's actually pretty high because I didn't think Wadi went to many tournaments and did like amazing. I guess he was always just kind of getting 17th, 13th, and then obviously that top 8 at CEO. That probably helped him a lot. Excuse me. Actually, does this... I think this includes... Yeah, it does include CEO because this is June. All right, let's see here. What did Waddy have? He had 7th at CEO, 3rd at Calmbreaker. I forgot about that. That was really good. And then 25th at Pound, not terrible. 25th at Glitch, not terrible. And that's it. Oh, 13th. Let's make big moves. So he has a lot of 25th basically. 25th and then almost top 8s and then those 2 really good performances at the end. So he's been picking up lately. That's very high. I love watching Waddy. He just plays so well. It's just so calculated. Link being pretty high as well. 2 Peaches being very high. Mutace especially. Base Mage doing that with Puff is insane. Myron doing very well. Skyj is arguably the most impressive feat on this list because even though Incineroar is not like, he's definitely not like the bottom tier like people used to think he is not by any means as good as any of these characters. Like, there is a significant gap between Incineroar and the next character, like probably Bowser. Maybe if you're a big hater, maybe Puff actually, probably Puff. And maybe if you're a hater on Corrin, but that character is kind of busted. And then you have MBD, highest Snake, only at 40. I think MBD definitely can be higher. I mean, we've seen him be higher before, but he had a kind of lackluster start to the season. I think he kind of picked it up at the end, though. Not a bad placement at Battle of BC. And then I think he got 7th at CEO. He lost to Mars, right? Yeah, he lost to Mars at CEO for 7th, so that's pretty good as well. We don't even need to click on that. But yeah, MVD, I think he can go higher. Send, I think that's fine. Gak being over him, I do agree. DD, lowest of the seeds. I'm actually surprised DD is this high with only 1 major. I would have thought they would have put DD in honorable mentions, but maybe he has enough regionals to not be in there. Because he has the 5th at MomoCon. And then I don't think this would be eligible, maybe a B tier. But even then, I think that's pretty much a stretch. It is pretty cracked, though. Or stacked, rather. These are mainly locals. And then... Wow, yeah, okay. I'm actually very surprised that DD is not an honorable mention with just the 5th at MomoCon. At least then, because, like, Quid has, like, 3 tournaments, because the invitationals were included. I'll talk about that in a bit. And DD only has 1, maybe 2. So I'm surprised he's not, but honestly, maybe they put Quid as honorable mention because, like, we don't know how to rank Quid. All of his stuff was really early on. Or just, like, I'm stupid and I don't understand what's happening here. Which is also probably the real cause. But whatever. DD, that's definitely a good place for him. I think that's perfect. Luis is actually really low. I thought Luis would have been higher. Granted, he hasn't had any, like, he isn't getting, like, he used to be Mr. Top 8, and now he is not that. I think he has 1 or 2 top 8s. This entire season at majors, comparing to like him and like Elegant were probably like the biggest like people that like suffered from their highs were not in the off season. So he's a 7th at Crown, and then he's mainly just the 13th, 17th, 9th guy, 5th at Low Tide, 2nd at Back in Blood. I think I read that right. That was the what's it called? Special guests MVPs. Damn, editing 1 summit, everyone forgot. Yeah, so he doesn't actually have a ton of tournaments, granted. But he still is very consistent, just like he doesn't have those highs, but that's also because he didn't go to as much stuff. So I'm sure if he went to as much stuff, we'd still see those highs. Jake over Tilde. Yeah, I think that's fair. Jake has had some pretty high highs compared. I think Tilde's highest was Smash Comp, but that definitely wasn't in the season. I'll actually take a look at Tilde instead. Because Tilde's best placement is probably E Carabina. Because that was a pretty stacked tournament, and he got 4th. Only losing to Siski, Leo, got a win on Pelly, Sintro, Nightox, Crash as well. Then gets a win on Andres before getting 17th. Pound 33rd, not great. Collision 9th, very good, getting some good wins as well, like Jackal, Sinji, John Numbers. Let's Make Big Moves, 9th, also great. Yoda Cage, Angel, good wins. And then losing to Quid Anathema. Anathema got top 8. Let's Make Big Moves. I forgot about that. That was a crazy run. 9th at Glitch as well. Damn. Cannot get top 8. That's the curse. Unlucky, honestly. But yeah, I think Tilde still had a good season. I could definitely see him going higher, though. Yanni and Jake next to each other. Feels bad for Jake, honestly. 1 place lower than Yanni, but then also Cole is 30 above him. So, not even close to best Steve. But Second best would have been nice, but hey, I guess hold that. Yanni's been really, really consistent. I think he's definitely earned that. Fatality over Yanni as well. I'm actually pretty shocked. I guess Yanni definitely had a very weak start to the season, whereas Fatality just had a consistently good season. Yanni has higher highs, though, I think, unarguably. Unless Fatality had, like, an insane run I just forgot about, because CEO is probably Fatality's best run, not the CEO, but the last one. And that does not count, unfortunately. Because that was in December. Yeah, so Yanni is just basically only getting 17th and 13th. 49th at Glitch, though, not great. 33rd at Collision, not great. And didn't go to Let's Make Big Moves. It's looking like I was wrong. 129th. That's really bad. I forgot that MPG upset. I was a set. I was a great set. So yeah, that's probably why Yanni had a pretty bad start to the season. But if he keeps playing the way he is, he's gonna be like top 20, 30 for free. Like he's been doing so well. Big Boss very high. I think that's fair. Kameme. I thought Kameme actually had a pretty weak start to the season, but it seems like he picked it up. Being the only successful Sora literally in the history of ever, because Zachary's one tournament doesn't count, because I say it doesn't count. And that's really all the reasoning I have behind that. Went on Ashimo for the 5th at Mason top. Okay, yeah, he, just looking at these numbers alone, he picked it up for sure. I'm not going to scroll down all of them, but these are good placements. Like, I'm actually super happy. I love Kameme. He's one of my favorite Japanese players, and just players in general. He just plays so clean. Ned being top 30. Wow. I thought Ned would not be that high, but I guess Ned did have a couple amazing tournaments. He did pretty good at Combo Breaker. I think he won a regional as well. And then his major placements, I think he was around, I was going to say 13th, but 9th, 17th, average to 13th, we'll say. Got a win on Esam, which is pretty good. An honorable mention, but still obviously an amazing player. That's Coinbox. Chase, Elegant, those are good wins. Glitch, 33rd, not amazing, but not terrible. Level Up Arena, at 7th as well. Win on Colorado. Beat Tilde at Pound. So yeah, these are pretty good placements. Maybe I was just hallucinating. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, these are honestly just really good placements. I'm just crazy. I thought Ned was having a really bad season for some reason. Looking back, I don't even think he ever had a super bad slump. I think I was just hating for nothing. Yeah, it's looking like he never really had super bad placements. Like he had, I think, what was his first tournament back? Was it Riptide? Is that the first major back? It looks like it was. Yeah, so Riptide. I thought he went to Infinity Con for his first one back, but I could be wrong. But 25th at Riptide. Actually, I don't know. I'm looking at this. I don't know why. Ned had a great season. Good for him. Best Sephiroth out there besides Tweak, and I guess Ken now. Yeah, there's 3 Sephiroths. That's kind of crazy. I guess Tweak did mainly use Diddy though throughout the season. He only been using Sephiroth the last couple of months, so I guess Tweak is still technically Diddy. Also not top 10. We'll talk about that. But yeah. Up next, Gact, amazing player, no complaints there. Rafflo, amazing player, no complaints there. If he did better in NA tournaments, he'd probably be up here. Honestly, ouch. The boy, only this low because, again, maybe an honorable mention, like Quid. I don't know why they had Quid as an honorable mention, the more that I think about it. I'm sure if you, by the way, go to Barnards Loop and eazyfreezie on Twitter. I think they're the 2 people that mainly did this. I know Barnards Loop, I know they both played very big parts in it, especially Barnards Loop. I think he made the, what's it called? Because it's not person done, it's an AI. So I think he might have made the software, and then I think eazyfreezie did the, what's it called, the artwork, and probably a little more. But yeah, go follow both these guys on Twitter, everyone that involved with Orion's ranking. I think it's really impressive. It's just cool. And also they just make very, very good tweets. I like both their Twitters a lot, just for insight on Smash. But anyway, Ouch 27, if he went to majors, he'd be top 10. I'll die on that hill. But 27th is still very, very good for one major. And also, I guess he did win a couple B tiers and regionals, probably. Quick 26th. I don't know anything about Quick's season. I know Quick did good at Let's Make Big Moves, and that is it. Because he's only been to US once, and I don't watch a ton of EU tournaments, just because I just don't. Second at EU Caribbean. Wow. That's amazing. Only losing to Leo? That's actually insane. God, Quick is amazing. I need to watch him more. He's such a good player. I think that was just local. I was going to say, I don't know if that's an invitational, but it looks like way too many even for an invitational. So it looks like just 9th here. A lot of locals and only a couple majors, but he did, amazing at those majors. So yeah, I think that's a fine spot for Quick. I'm not going to say specific placements because then that just feels like I'm just like, oh, I think this player's better than this player. And it's like, this is results based. Ashimo 25th. Yeah, I think that's fine. Ashimo's been actually just crushing in Japan. He's been doing so well. I think that's absolutely fine. Goblin at 24th. Very good. Goblin had an amazing season. I don't think Goblin had a really bad tournament. Just at all. Mudace 23rd. This I'm actually surprised about. Not because I don't think Mudace is top 20. He definitely is. He's not even ranked top 20 here. I think he is top 20. But it's just because he had not a lot of tournaments, and I think he had a pretty bad start to the season. 17th CEO, not terrible, not great. 7th at Momocon, very good. 65th at Genesis, that's what I was thinking about, not great. And then he has a 5th at Low Tide, where he got a Spargo win. And then, oh no, it's because this is Let's Make. I always forget that this is not PGR, it's Orion, which starts in January. So there's Glitch in here, there's Sema in here, there's a Let's Make Big Moves in here, where he got 3rd with the wins on the Buzz, Fatality, Bonk. Like, that's really good. So the Mudace honestly had a very good season. He just had a middle part. He just had this mid arc of basically only Genesis, which was not great. And then he said, alright, I'm just going to be amazing again. Mudace he is a phenomenal player. He is so good. Cosmos 22nd. If you told me Cosmos was 22nd at the start of the season, like January, my jaw would have dropped to the floor and I would put my hands on my face. But he didn't have a great end to the season. Start was obviously amazing. And these aren't like terrible results. Like a 7th at Invitational is not bad at all, with win on Light and Cola as well. 9th at Battle BC is not terrible. He wins on Exodia and Justice. Momocon 25th that's pretty bad for him. I think it's like, if I'm like top, if you're getting worse in a tournament than your placement, that's pretty much an anomaly. I don't know if I said that right, but if Leo is, well, let's say someone's like top 5 and they got 9th, that'd be a pretty bad tournament for them. Cosmos, he's 22nd, and is he 22nd? Yes, he's 22nd, got worse than 22nd, pretty bad for him. But, I don't know why I stayed on that point for so long, I feel like it wasn't even something I had to elaborate. But then he has this 1st at Glitch, which is really impressive. Like, a lot of really good wins as well. And then he has a 33rd here, not great, 17th here, not terrible, especially considering it was Genesis. 9th at Pound, not terrible. 25th at Momocon, not great. 9th at Battle BC, not terrible. 7th at Invitational, not terrible. So he didn't actually have that bad of a season. He had such a hot start and he just kind of petered out, which is kind of a shame, but I honestly think if he's playing like that January, February Cosmos, he's going to be top, 1. That was some scary arc. The scary arc where it was like Cosmos could be the best player in the world, it was scary, I'm not going to lie. Mars being 22nd, that's good. I think Mars was fairly low last time. I feel like I'm looking at this enough. No, that's exactly where he was, actually. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about then. 21st for Mars, same thing. I feel like he had a pretty okay start to the season, and then he made some good runs at the end. 5th at CEO, 9th at Invitational, 2nd at QuaiCon doesn't hurt, neither does the 3rd at the Adorma tournament. 7th at Genesis is really good. 5th at Summit, that was fake bracket. And then, so he actually only has, wow, Mars had just a really good season. He has 3 majors. And one of them was an invitational. Damn, Mars went to nothing. That's crazy. I thought Mars went to a lot of tournaments, but clearly not. But these are all phenomenal runs. Like, since he picked up Joker, he has not had a bad run. So, yeah, this is all very, very good. 5th at GamerCon. I don't know if GamerCon actually counted. I think it did, actually. But a 5th isn't terrible. Like, Axiom and Ling aren't bad losses at all. Yeah. This is good for Mars. I think if Mars was going to more tournaments, again, he'd be really high. There's a couple people on here that if they went to more tournaments, they would be a lot higher. They just haven't. Ouch. I mean, I'm going to keep referring to him. Ken, being 20. I had Ken in my top 10 prediction. I'm in shock that he's that low. It might be because he had a bad start to the season, because that wouldn't be included in the PGR. I mean, it was like 3 months more, so we'll take a look. We're only going to go... Let's see. So he has Kagaribi. He starts out with Kagaribi getting a 9th. That's really good. And then he... So the only thing that I didn't count in my video is Kagaribi. Why is he so low? I would have thought Ken would be a lot higher. Doesn't have any insane wins at this one with a 17th, not bad. 7th at Meisumi Top. 13th at Pounds, not terrible, with like a win on Leon as well, only losing to Cosmos and Tourier. 1st at Superman Bato. 3rd at Winner. I don't know if Winner actually counts. It's always tough for Japan because I don't know if it's a local. I mean, this is, so this doesn't count. But I think Winner, I don't know if Winner's like a monthly or a local. I don't even know if monthlies count 100%. But anyway, Ken, that's a good placement for him. I would have thought he'd be much, much higher, but it's still pretty good for him. I think that's a big improvement as well. Nope, -4. I don't remember last Orion ranking at all, apparently. 19th on Shag. That's really high. I didn't think Shag had that great of a season. But, I mean, clearly he did. Because, like, he was crushing it in the preseason stuff. Like, he was doing phenomenally. Did he go up or down? God, he went up. I'm such a hater, bro. I don't remember anything. Yeah, I thought Shag had an amazing preseason, then just like an okay after season, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he shouldn't go to as many tournaments. 13th at King of Fields, not great. 5th at Airkeepina is pretty good, actually. 13th at Battle of BC, okay. 3rd at Geekfest Cancun, not terrible. I think that was a regional. It's looking like it with these people there. 9th at Summit. Not terrible. Elliott and Tweak wins. The Tweak win especially is really good. 7th at Collision, that's really good. 5th at Final Mazda, that's pretty good. 8th at Genesis, or 13th at Genesis, not terrible. 33rd at Pound, not great. Here, I'll pick a different set. Surprise, sorry, this one's going longer than I thought it would. But hey, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I didn't think I'd be going through each player, honestly, but I'm just kind of interested now, because I haven't really looked at this list. And then, so yeah, I guess Chad didn't have a terrible season. He just had his high in Collision fairly early on, and then since then he hasn't really top 8'd anything since Delfino Mazda, which was in April. So not bad at all. Over Ken though? I mean, the algorithm said it. I disagree with the algorithm. That's fine. That's gonna happen in this video. If that's not, you know, I guess it's just like I can't disagree with the algorithm. It's not much of a video, eh? 18th for Hiro. I think that's fine. Can I just look up Hiro? Is he on PV stats? Please? I'll go Wikipedia. It's fine. Hiro, Smash, Japan. Okay, we got him. I was going to say, I don't know if I'll actually be able to get him because, you know, the character. Alright, let's look at Hiro's run. I'm not surprised he's here, by the way, at all. Hiro's an amazing player. 2nd at Meisumi Top. That's nuts. 7th at 13th at Kagaribi, 5th at a Meisumi Top, 4th at a Meisumi Top, 9th at a Kagaribi. Honestly, I'm gonna say I think this is a fairly weak season for Hiro, and he is still top 20, because like he doesn't have any of that insane high. He does have the 2nd, obviously, at Meisumi Top, and the 5th here. But you can look here, and he's like he got 25th at Kagaribi. Bad example to go immediately to. But he's a 4th at Kagaribi 4. That's insane. 3rd at Meisumi Top. So not even like a terribly weak season. It just looks like he traded out some of the high highs. Like obviously he does still have them. For more consistency, and that's honestly probably better. But yeah, that's a good season from Hiro. I guess I just didn't see him as his main tournaments because I didn't watch the last 2 Meisumi Tops. I wasn't able to catch them, unfortunately. I'm actually so sad that I didn't get to watch Akula's run at the first Meisumi Top, and Yoshidori's obviously only 16th for him. We'll talk about that. Siski 17th, best Samus. True. Siski's insane. A very good placement for him. What did he get at Carabina? He got 3rd. Oh, and maybe not. He lost round 1. Oh, he did that on purpose just so he could farm names. He beat Gluto, Lancelot, Rafflo, Orion, Sintro, Chag, Tilde. Oh my god, he beat Sintro on the run back. 3-0? That's nuts. Then they got 7th at King of Fields. Only losing to Rafflo and Muzai. Muzai's been collecting names lately. I'm actually really excited to watch him at, what's it called? Colossal. One Unwanted. That's impressive. That's a cool. I don't know why it's like this. That's cool though. Wins over Rafflo and Mr. E. That's insane. That he just won Unwanted. He's been doing. I feel like he's one of the only EU players that consistently does really well in both EU and NA. Like it's like Gluto. He's obviously a beast in NA, but then in EU he's like he's pretty inconsistent. Surprisingly. Like Rafflo, it's the exact opposite. He's a beast in EU, but then when he comes in NA, not as great. Siski is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a top 20 player wherever I go because I don't really care, and I think it's insane. Siski's really really good. Definitely deserves his placement. I could see him going even higher. 16th for Yoshidora. Is that an upgrade or down? I think that's a downgrade. It is by 4. He was 12 last time. Wow. Yoshidora is, to put it nicely, insane and just a beast. Yoshidori. Wow. Alright, well, I'm going to look him up. Yoshidora is so good. I didn't even spell it right. I said Yoshidora. Whatever. We probably won't come up anyway. Wow, what a great season. He has 1 miss of 2 misses, 3 misses of the top 8. Not a great start. That's actually a pretty bad start. 49th and 17th. But then 2nd, 3rd, 17th, 1st, 2nd, 1st. What a strong close. And I know he beat Aquila as well. He's one of the only people who's ever beaten Aquila. I'm actually gonna pull up Aquila's page right here because I bookmarked Aquila's page on P-Stats because I couldn't look it up for the life of me. He's one of the only people to ever beat. This is Yoshidora, by the way. He's one of the only people to ever beat Yoshi. Wait, hold on. He beat him at a Super Ambato. I thought he beat him at a Meisumi. But that's ridiculous. I think he is tied with Yoshidora. No, okay. So Aquila has 1 win over Yoshidora, but like 3 sets. And look at this. Like Hikaru's taken 1 set, and that's it. No one else. This is the only person who can come close to decimating Aquila. Like Yoshidora, for that alone, is top 20. And then he also has won like 2 tournaments and gotten like top 8 at the rest. Insane. If he didn't have that 49th at the start and that 17th, he'd probably be top 10. I have no doubt in my mind he would be. Proto 15. Again, if you told me the start of the season, Proto's only 15, my jaw would have dropped to the floor. But he didn't have a great season. He had a really strong start to the season, though. I will give him that. His start was absolutely nuts. With his summit run, that was phenomenal. And that's probably what's getting him into the placement he has. Because I don't think he actually went to a ton of stuff. He went to Kagaribi, where he got 9th. Not a great placement for him. Lost to Zachary, that's tough. Zachary Leah, that's actually super rough. Got some good wins on the way in losers, though. Mitakin, Sukubato, very good. And then this 3rd at Summit is just incredible. Win on Goblin, Nakat, DeBuzz, Base Mage, Tweak, Leo win. And then 17th at Mason top, not super great. Did get a Ashimo win, though, and a Zaki win. 13th at Kagaribi, got a Ken win, got a Shogun win, got a Noi win. He gets his good wins and then he gets out. I like that. 7th at Mason top, that's a good placement for him. Hold on, I want to see who this is. Samus? Is this Yara? That would be my guess. Because I don't know whether Samus is doing it like him. Wins on Riziasu, though, Etsuji. Like, those are really good. I'm going to quickly make sure that is Yara, because I want to give... Oh, wait, I had it. I don't know, I haven't pre-looked up. I don't know when I've looked up Yara before. Let's see. I want to make sure I credit the person that is the Samus, if I can. They would have got 9th, and it's Masumi top 8. They got 13th at Masumi top 8. So it's not Yara. Who are you, mystery man? How do I tell? I feel so bad. Oh, that sucks. I feel really bad for not knowing who this is. Oh, goddammit. I don't want to wait too long on it though. This player isn't. Is it? This has to be. It's not Yara. It's not. Who are they not here? They would. I feel like these are very good placements. They should be at least top. Sorry, I know I get sidetracked on these videos a lot. It's not teaser. Oh, here it is. It's Tora. Okay. I mean, granted, it did say Tora right here, but I was like, that could just be the guy's name. Like his real name, not his gamer tag. Here it is. It's Tora. Amazing player. I'm sorry it took so long to find that. Moving on. I'm just gonna move on. Proto. Bad season. Honestly, just putting it straight up. Not a great season for Proto. I imagine he will be much higher ranked on the next season because he's just such a good player. Maestro. Pretty okay season for him, just all put together. Well, actually, pretty bad season because he was like top 5 before. I think it was weak start, strong finish at the end, but then it's like when I look at his stats, it's like, okay, it wasn't actually that weak of a start. But then let's see how strong the finish was. That's what really matters. Pretty local. Did get some nice wins though. Doesn't count though. Third at King of Fields was really good. Wins on Gluto, Raflo, Mezcal. Third at Momocon, really good. And then he has a 5th at seventh at Low Tide, 5th at Nothing, 9th at Mazda, 25th at Genesis, 9th at Summit, 7th at G4. I don't think that actually matters a ton though, even though it was pretty stacked. And then I did see Smash World Tour. So yeah, he has not a ton of tournaments, but in the end, he was kind of crushing it. Like 3rd, 7th, 25th, 7th. The 25th hurts when it's like one of your few tournaments, and also probably the most important one he has gone to, just because it was Genesis. But also then, it's like you have the cushion of like, it was Genesis, you know, not everyone's going to do as well. A lot of top like 20 players are going to get 20th. So, not a great season for Meister, honestly, because he's typically top 10, but he closed it out very, very strong, and I imagine we'll see him back in top 10 in no time. If he's not on PGR, which he's probably not. But, hey, next PGR, he probably is. And next Orion ranking, he probably is, because, you know, that's what matters right now. Zomba, 13th. Zomba, straight up, bad end of the season. If Zomba didn't go to any tournament to the end of the season, he was probably top 10. And I know that sounds silly to say, because then it's like, oh, just get one good placement and then go to your tournament. But it's like, when you're a top player, that's not how that works. You don't play for the placement, you play because you're goated. Zomba, 9th at CEO, 4th at Crown, that's really good. But then he has the 17th at Momocon, his only bad placement. And if he just didn't go to Momo, I'm actually surprised he's not top 10. Or like, at least a couple spots up. I guess we'll look who's above him. But he starts with a really good placement at Glitch, where he gets 2nd. And then he says, oh, that wasn't a fluke. I'm going to go get 9th at Collision. Amazing placement. I'm going to go get 5th at Genesis. Amazing placement. I'm going to go get 5th at Pound. Amazing placement. I'm going to go get 4th. Low Tide. Amazing placement. 70th at Momocon. Only ever bad placement, and it's not even that bad. 4th at Crown. Amazing placement. And 9th at CEO. Really good placement. Again, Zomba is absolutely nuts. The Momocon is the only thing that's hurting him, and where we're getting to this point, one bad tournament does start to really hurt, and that's the only thing really keeping Zomba down. T, 12. Honestly, probably like almost exactly where I would have put him. He didn't have any bad tournaments. He had Crown and he had Battle of BC, because I think he started with 2 mediocre ones. I think he got like a 9th and maybe 13th. This, I will say, Summit did hurt him. An Elegant Win's pretty decent. Lavish, I don't think, is on here, so I don't think it matters as much. Though Lavish is a crack player, obviously. Lose to Leo, not the big of a deal. Lose to Spargo, not the big of a deal. And then lose to Goblin, not that big of a deal. But still, a 13th, alas, does hurt. But then he gets 4th at Amaizumi. That's really good. Well, losing to Akula Shuton, who are both top 10, and getting some pretty good wins. 9th at Kagaribi, not terrible. Only losing to Shuton Ashimo. Getting win on Munikin, Ryu. Is that Yoshidora? I don't think so it is. Yoshidora has an egg. It's not Yoshidora. I don't know who that player is. Even his PG staff doesn't know. But then he has a first at Crown, which is just phenomenal. Getting a Shuton win, getting a Ken win, getting a Goblin win, Revenge, getting 2 Debuzz wins. And then he has a second here, getting an Ouch win, getting a Gluto win, MVD win, Tilde win, Spam Cop win. Those are all really good wins. So yeah, I think this is a perfect placement for him. And if he honestly didn't have this 13th, and maybe even this 9th, he probably would have been top 10. Tweak is 11th with a 33rd, which is just nuts. Tweak is an amazing player. And I also think he has another fairly weak placement in this season as well. If we go to the start, let's go all the way to start. So, okay, doesn't have a ton of tournaments. It starts in March. We get to 5th. Pretty good. Wins over Lavish, Base Mage, Proto, really good win on Proto, and a really good win on Gluto, and then losing to Buzz, Chag, Light, Proto, all very high-ranked players. Then he has this run. If you want to look at this run, go to my top 10 video. I talked about this run for like 3 minutes. It's nuts. He has a 33rd here. This really hurts him. This is probably the reason he's not in top 10. Really unfortunate. Because then he's a 4th at MomoCon, really good. Then he's a 9th at Invitational, not great. Does have a win on Yanni and Loaf, who are both top 100. And then losing to Riddles, Yanni, Cola, 2 top 10 players, and Yanni, who I think was like, what was he, 40-ish? Or 34, wow. Disrespect to Yanni, my bad. And then he's a 5th at CEO, only losing to Toast Sonics. Where was Toast on here, actually? Quick sidetrack. Toast was... Was he in the... Hold on. Is Toast not on here? Or am I just stupid and missed him? Because that's probably what it is. Skittles, 95th. Shout out to Skittles as well. He had a decent season. Jadizzle, 69th. Toast is not on here. Wow. I'm shocked. Maybe I'm just being stupid and missing him. If I am, tell me down below. I would have thought Toast was on here. He's not in the honorable mentions as well. Yeah. Getting sidetracked though. Tweak, an amazing player. The only reason he's not in that, honestly, higher part of top 10 is that 33rd hurts. And if you look here, you're not going to see a 33rd from any of these players besides maybe this one. And we'll get to that in a second. 10th for Sonics. I mean, CEO, massive boost. But even without that boost, he'd still be top 20 for sure. Sonics had a phenomenal season. And really, I think he's only going up. After I watched that CEO placement, I feel like I didn't get enough credit in the CEO recap. He was playing like a top 10 player. Like, it was nuts. So he gets upset by Toast, and then he goes on a crazy run. Obviously, that was amazing. Then he gets a 5th at MomoCon. Really good. Getting a win on Wrath, who is honorable mention. Getting a win on Mutace. Getting a win on Goblin. Who's going to Light Tweak. Top 10 players. Okay. And then we go to his next major. Does he only have 2 majors? No, he has Pound as well. Sorry, I don't know why this is pausing. Oh, it wasn't. They were just in replay. Well, whatever. And then he lost to Leo, and he lost to Gluto. Pay attention to his losses, because I think those are what are really important. God, he went to a lot of... He's still crushing it online as well. I keep forgetting that. He's just been farming coin boxes, I'm pretty sure. He won Level Up Expo, which is actually really good. A lot of good players there. Beat Sen, beat MVD, beat Larry Lur, beat Nexus. Shout out to Nexus. So, if you look at his losses, his worst loss is to Tosh, who is, granted, unranked, I think. I wonder if I can look him up and see his ranking. Orion rank. Okay, no, he's 73rd. Okay, no, I'm just stupid. I missed him. Jadizzle over him, though. Hey, shout out to Jadizzle. Really good Australian player. Amazing. Yeah, okay, so Toast was 73rd. That's my bad. I'm being dumb. But his worst loss is to Toast, who is on Orion ranking, and then he got the run back immediately after. I don't know how much that actually matters to the AI. I feel like AI is the wrong word, but it's what I'm going to keep using. But regardless, Toast, an amazing player, and Sonics literally only lost to top 10 players and got worse. I think is his worst a 5th or is his worst a 9th? His worst is a 5th. Because his worst 9th is not in this season. Yeah, so his worst is a 5th place. Just a ridiculous season from Sonic. Absolutely insane. Then we have Shuton, who I always underweight for some reason. I don't know why. Always a shoot-on hater for no reason. Hold on, I'm gonna check how long this is, so if I speed it up. 40 minutes? Alright. It's getting pretty long. We're gonna speed this up. Shoot-on. Third at Crown. That's ridiculous. Only losing to T. Kurama. Kurama loss isn't as good, but he's still on Orion. In the top 100. Fifth at Battle of BC. That's amazing. Just like really consistent placements overall. And second at Kagaribi. So he has the high in that Kagaribi placement, and he has it also in the Super Embato placement, but he doesn't have the first. Oh, I'm a liar. He has the first over Ashimo. I think this definitely isn't a major. That's probably like a B tier, I would guess. Which is still pretty good. But then he is like, what is it, 4 second places? At like big majors. That's just really. Oh, this is a winner, but still impressive. Pisariman. Oh my god, winners are so unnecessarily stacked. But yeah, this is just insanely impressive. Really consistent, really high highs. His low lows just don't exist at all. His worst placement is a 5th, if I'm reading this correctly. Yeah, even at a local, his worst placement is a 7th, but his worst placement at a major is a 5th. And yeah, that's ridiculous. The only reason he's not higher, I would guess, is because he got more 5th than he got 2nds, and then if we're going to look at someone who doesn't like getting 5th, it's Riddles, because he loves 4th. I think Riddles got like 3 4ths, and then only better than that, except Genesis. Genesis in Battle of BC. But then he made up for that with a 3rd at Invitational, a 2nd at CEO. These are obviously insane. 4th at Battle of BC, 7th at MomoCon. 13th at Genesis is going to be the run that is definitely hurting him the most. Yeah, 4th at Collision. And 49th at Glitch. Okay. That hurts a lot. That really hurts. The fact that you are top 10 in the world, top 8 in the world with a 49th is ridiculous. That just proves how just good Riddles is. Like that's ridiculous. That is absolutely absurd. Getting top 8 with 49th. And it's not like, also, let's make this clear. He is definitely at least 8th. Riddles is nuts. He has been getting he's so consistent. And his consistency, like a lot of players are consistently, it's like, I'm going to consistently, I will never get worse than 13th. Riddles' consistency is like, I'm not getting worse than 8th. I'm not getting worse than like 4th. Like Riddles is just a phenomenal player. His major win is literally any second now. Speaking of major wins that are going to be any second round, it's going to be DeBuzz. DeBuzz is nuts. I think DeBuzz had, for his standard, a pretty lackluster start to the season, and then he just went insane. But also, I don't remember that the lackluster start might have been before. Yeah, okay, so never mind. Just lied again. Love lying. I think for DeBuzz, it was like he would get 9th like 3 tournaments in a row, and he's like tweeting like, "Oh my god, I'm trash." 4th at Let's Make Big Moves. Obviously, this is nuts. 5th at Glitch. Nuts. 9th at Summit. Bad placement for DeBuzz. Terrible. Who already lost to Leo Proto for 9th. Genesis. 9th. Bad. Terrible placement. Losing to Lycoa. Both top 5 players. 9th at Pound. Terrible placement. Losing to Cleo Zomba. 3rd at Low Tide. Losing to Spargo Cola. Like, these are just nuts placements. 2nd at Momocon. Only losing to Light. 2nd at Crown. Only losing to T. 4th at CEO. Only losing to Riddle Sonics, who are both top 10. Like, these are... DeBuzz is so consistent. He has... His worst placement is a 9th. And I think the only reason he's not higher is because he has, like, 3 of them. But, like, that's just nuts. DeBuzz is absolutely... He's so ridiculous. He's so good. He is... Well, I mean, he's the best co-main in Ultimate right now because Proto isn't doing as well. But I feel like him and Proto kind of understand co-mains the best. I think Tweak is less of a co-main and more of like, I just play a bunch of characters. But Tweak will like, this is like his Diddy tournament. This is his Sephiroth tournament. But I feel like, you know, Proto and DeBuzz, they bounce back a lot better and a lot more consistently between their characters. And I think that is one of the reasons that make DeBuzz so good. Like, of all the mentions on this list, you also have T. Kazuya. Like, of all of these... Like, the one that definitely matters the most is DeBuzz's Min, his Olimar. Like, these are just... The way he uses them is just phenomenal. I think this is a good placement for DeBuzz. When he gets that major win, he's going to go to the moon. Good. Because it's gonna happen. Just like Riddles, they're getting their major wins. Mark my words. Gluto in 6th place. Honestly, if Gluten ever went to a tournament in France, he'd be top 3. But unfortunately, he went to like 3 of them. Gluto is nuts. He is so good. 4th at King of Fields is phenomenal. 17th at E Carabina, not great actually. That's pretty bad for him. When you're top 6, that's something that's not top 8. It's pretty bad, or at least 9th is pretty bad. Double digit is where you sniff your nose. Kome, Larry Lurwins at Battle BC. I'm not gonna be going over the wins because this video is ridiculously long. Thank you for sticking out all this time. I doubt there's many people here. If you are a trooper. First for Pound. Obviously this run is ridiculous. Only losing to Leo. 2nd at Genesis, ridiculous. 3rd at Delphino Mother, ridiculous. 17th at Wanted, not great. 9th at Collision, really good. 17th at Wanted, again, why is Wanted have all these cool emojis? Not great. 5th at Glitch Infinite, really good. 5th at Summit, really good, especially considering it's Summit with Light and Leo wins. So, in summary, Gluto has some of the worst losses in the top 10 just because he lost a lot of European players. But in America especially, he's just been crushing it. And I think if he can do well at Colossal, that's gonna be really good for him. Just be okay, I've had some bad tournaments in the EU, but I'm done with that arc. I'm done with my being washed in the EU arc and being top 3 everywhere else. He's just gonna go back to destroying EU, and honestly, I kind of hope he does because he's ridiculous. What can I say? Gluto is an amazing player. I would personally put him higher, and the person that is 5th that I would have him in 5th or 4th. It's going to be Cola. Cola in 5th, I think, came to a shock as to a lot of people, but then those are the people that forgot how he started his season, which was he went insane. He got 2nd at Let's Make Big Moves. I think he got 9th at Collision. He started his season really strong, ended his season really strong with a 4th at the Invitational, with just a ton of wins. 9th at Momocon's pretty decent. 2nd at Low Tide is really good, only losing to Spargo. 7th at Genesis, really good, only losing to Mars Gluto. 7th at Glitch is really good. We'll go back to that page. And then this 2nd is just phenomenal. Got upsets at Choco Taco really early on. Hey, 150 players, still Orion. And then just nuts win. It goes off the screen. You have to scroll. Just absolutely insane. And then he also has this... Oh, it's a 7th at Collision. Okay, my bad. Where he did get a Gluto win. So just ridiculous season from Cola. So consistent. His worst placement being a 9th. His worst loss being to Camerific. I will say, that's probably why he isn't honestly higher. Even though I would definitely not put him higher than this. I think this is pretty fine for him. Maybe Gluto over. Maybe have him at 6. I might have I think I had him 8 in my video. I think that's honestly, if you include his Let's Make Big Moves run, definitely an underration. It's just he gets upset still early on, just randomly. Granted, it only happened twice, but when you're top 5 in the world, if it ever happens, it's a big deal. So for it to happen twice, it's wow. The fact that he's been upset by not top 50 players 2 times, and he's still 5th in the world, just shows how consistent, how resilient his losers runs are. Just absolutely ridiculous. Cola is an amazing player and doesn't even have his CEO win. Imagine it had the CEO win, he'd be top 3. Aquila, 4th place. Surprised he's not over Light. Aquila's insane. Just an amazing player. So good. His worst placement is a 2nd. He has a winning record on every single person he's played, and he's played almost every single person in top 10. That's not true. He has he's a winning record on Light, Cola, Shootone, Riddles. Don't think he played the Buzz. Didn't play Gluto. Didn't play Leo. Didn't play Spargo. But then he's a winning record on. Didn't play Tweak. But basically, if Cola's played this player, he has a winning record on them. That's just ridiculous. I'm not gonna be looking at the numbers for these people because they're all just nuts. Maybe Light. But yeah, Cola's worst placement being a 2nd. And it happening twice is honestly unfair to anyone else who's trying to compete in Smash, because he's just amazing. I'll be really shocked if Aquila doesn't take the number 2 spot or even number 1 spot in the upcoming months, unless Leo can do something crazy with Slingshot or same with honestly Light Spargo, and Spargo's on hiatus as well. So there's only 2 ways that Aquila doesn't become the best player in the world. It's as if there's 3 ways. Something crazy happens against the Steve, like Steve Tech, like he gets banned or something, or just like people just get really good at the matchup, which is not impossible. To like, there's something that is found that makes the end matchup a lot easier. Leo is a god at Slingshot, because I think Slingshot would be fairly good against Steve, because I think moving around Steve is probably the best way to beat him. Granted, I don't know a ton about the Steve matchup. I'm just thinking of, like, in theory, I feel like if your movement is sick and he can't really catch you with those 0 deaths and you can move around the blocks, probably pretty helpful. The third one is Zachary is nuts. Zachary stopped him. But, yeah. I think Aquila being 4th is probably the lowest you could put him. Light in 3rd is 100% deserved. Light is amazing. Light is best player in the NA, I think undisputed. Top 5 in the world, undisputed. Just a phenomenal player. So consistent. I think he has his worst placement in here as well with that. I think it was like a 13th at, what's it called? At Glitch. I think it was 13th or 9th. I'm not going to look because I don't want to make this video too much longer because it started like 50 minutes and that's really long. But yeah, Light is a phenomenal player. I can only see him going up, honestly. If he's one of the best players in the... Not one of the best. If he is, like, 2nd or 1st place, I could see it happening. Everyone in this top 10, I could see either, like, going up a lot of spaces or being the best player in the world. That is, if, you know, the big man upstairs, that being Leo, says it's okay. And let's just move on to that. Spargo and Leo being top 2. No one is surprised by this. Everyone saw this coming. And these places are literally, they've earned these spots. And top 2, like, they are demons of the game. Best of their characters, best of basically everything. Like, Spargo's worst placement is a 7th, which he just got, and then he has only in the top 3. Leo's worst placement is a 4th, and then he's only in the top 3. Or I guess top 2, because I don't really count the G4 Invitational, just because, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Whatever. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Leo and Spargo, such good players, especially Leo. He's the GOAT. He definitely deserves that number 1 spot. Could someone take it in the coming years? Yes, I think so. I think Leo, no one for a bit though, I will say, because Leo looks like he has a pretty big lead on Slingshot than everyone else does, and his character pretty bigly. His character fairly heavily benefits from Slingshot. I think just like spacing characters do. And also Joker does a ton, but, you know, no Joker. So, hey, maybe he brings back Joker because of Slingshot. I'm just praying. But yeah, Leo, he could play literally every character in the game except Dr. Mario and be the best player in the world. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I guess that's kind of the recap of the list. So things I guess I want to go over is obviously follow Barnards Loop and follow eazyfreezie. Just great Smash accounts in general for stats and all that stuff, graphics as well. But also just like they made this entire list. They made this video possible. Sounds corny, but it is. It's true. And they're just great. Yeah, just follow both these guys 1,000%. And also, let me know what you guys think about this video. I'm sorry it was so long. Maybe I'll put like timestamps of when I start talking about like top 10, because I imagine that's when people like start to really care. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a comment. Tell me what you think about invitationals being included, because for some reason that's a topic. I thought everyone should with it. Apparently not. And shub, comment, Gamo video tomorrow hopefully. If not, then I'll make my next videos on Sunday because I'm going away. So yeah, thanks for sticking along. I know this was a long one and I won't make it any longer. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.